So I guess we're meeting with the whites. The sky is cloudless, and the noontime sun is beating down on the hard concrete when we depart from the cafe. It's far from unbearable, but it's enough to put most people in a feckle mood or make them invulnerable to catching something. No wonder we have staff members going AWOL lately. Not to mention my boss's miracle moods. Or miracle moods. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I want our usual cloudy weather back. For all the gripes about the unpredictable weather though, the streets of Luxbourne remain consistently busy, or constantly busy. The hurried tapping of shoes against the pavement and inane chatter coming from the lunchtime crowd fills the humid afternoon air. A small reminder of the things we've yet to do, regardless of how much I want to return to the comfort of my bed. Back to Briar Reality for me, Zach to a meeting with a magazine publisher featuring luxury houses, and Becca to her lesson plans and books at home. But more than once, I catch her sneaking a longing glance over something displayed on a shop window. Did she want to buy something? Maybe I can get it for her this Christmas. I turn my head at the last shop she checked out. A fleeting glimpse. The world stills. Oh my lord. What the fuck? She looks at me, eyes hollow, gaze piercing, and boring into my very soul like a set of chains to keep my whole body still. There are no shadows or whispers this time. Only a plea. A hum, low and indistant. Compelling me, beckoning me, intent on dragging me to the void beyond the glass. I don't dare move. Oh god, Jesus, I keep reading it. My heart hammers against my ribs, each beat, every thump screaming at me to look away and make a run for it. But I can't. I couldn't. All of my limbs feel heavy, while my own breathing strains in the face of her calls.
Leave me alone.
Her mouth is stretched in a grin, wide and unpleasant. The panic building up in my chest forces me to take an attentive step back. God, this is like the same, what am I about to say? This is like a new version of The Grudge. I try not to stare at the decaying flesh, the blood streaming from the gaping wounds on her arm or her nailless fingers. If she committed suicide, why is her body like this? She must have been tortured. I don't want this. Not like this. Not after I got what I want for Papa.
Oh no, stop. Leave me alone.
Oh, Jesus! Her face consorts into something twisted as she lets out a wail, sharp and utterly unforgiving. Rage. There is only hatred and bitterness, as if the very notion of turning away from her is an offense in itself.
Please, I don't want this.
Before I know it, I'm stumbling backwards, my own throat, hoarse from screams I don't even notice, already coming out of my own mouth. Ow! The back of my feet catches on a loose stone, sending me sprawling on the ground. The resulting pain completely jolts me out of the haze, blurring my mind. For a little while, my surroundings appear unfamiliar until Becca's face swims into my vision. A look of concern is on her face, and her hands are gripping my arms tight. Even Zack appears beside himself with a worry while he stands behind her, acting as a shield against the small crowd of onlookers already forming around us.
What happened?
Bella, you okay?
My mouth opens and closes, but nothing comes out. The words refuse to form. On impulse, I sneak a swift glance at the display window. She's gone. Yet, the forbidding feeling hasn't left me. My hands are shaking as I push myself off the ground, weakened limbs relying solely on reflex and muscle memory. Something icy has made its home at the pit of my stomach. I want to throw up. Anything to get the wretched sensation out of my gut.
You were screaming, having a fit. Zack, call someone. No, don't. I'm good. I'm good. I need to get to the office. Rose, the floor plans. Someone's going to pick it up. I'll see you later.
Careful. Don't stand up yet. Stay put, Isabella. Zack, you watch over her for me. I'll call for someone.
Turning out today. I attempt a smile to put her at ease, but it likely comes off as a grimace. Oh god. Oh jeez. A familiar smile greets her. Nice. Gently, I pushed her hands off my shoulders. My knees are still trembling, but I can stand. Leave. Leave me. Stay away. Far from here. Away. The humility stifling. Everyone else's stares are unnerving, and Becca and Zack's concerns are suffocating. I want to be away from here. I break into a run. I wish I hadn't left my bed this morning. It's easy to fall into a cycle of negative thinking, with only the occasional drips of water on the sink and the whirling of the fan blades to keep me company. The room is devoid of any other light source apart from the one streaming from the hallway and the windows. Even with the clutter I accumulated over the years, the room feels a whole lot bigger than it commonly is. I hug my knees closer as a group passes by outside. Loud. So loud. If only there's a way to tune everything out, to keep my head from replaying every image, every sound of her. Her screams, her awkward gait as she reaches for me, her bone-chilling smile, her pleas for... Enough. That's enough. A shiver passes over me, though it's not from the hair still hanging damp against my back, nor the draft that enters the room from the windows I left wide open. My gaze shifts over the letter, sitting on the coffee table. Its edges flutter innocuously as the wind touches it. Funny how an ordinary looking piece of paper can bring this much trouble. The impulse to throw it away or to rip it into pieces is still there. I can easily do it. But after that, what? Will she leave me? What about those people who have already seen it? Will they be okay? This uncertainty gnaws at me. Knowing she's real, and might also go after the people I care about. I just wish someone would listen. Believe me. Oh Jesus. The abrupt break in the silence nearly makes me jump out of my skin. Blindly, I fish the gadget out from the mess of cushions and papers beside me, where I carelessly thrown it earlier before taking a shower. Zack's name flashes brightly on the screen. Is he calling because of this afternoon? To be frank, That's the last thing I want to discuss, though. I did leave the two of them there without saying anything. Knowing Zach, I bet he's worried.
Hey, Zach.
Oh, good. I thought for sure you're not gonna pick up.
Sorry, it took me a while to find my phone.
No worries. You game tomorrow?
What? I pause. I don't recall making plans with Zach for the weekend.
Did I forget something?
Remember that guy I told you about? Back in the movies? The, priest? For the blessing? Does it ring a bell?
Oh, right. I did say that, but I didn't think he'd actually go through the trouble, especially after what happened with his film. Sometimes, I forget how kind Zach can be. Yeah, kindness is something easily forgotten.
Yeah, I remember. Is he fine with it?
My friend doesn't mind. We're lucky he's not busy.
A priest that's not busy.
So, tomorrow, he'll meet us at the mansion.
Okay. Sorry for the trouble, Zach.
Hey, no problem. I'm the one who suggested it to begin with. And, well, this afternoon you did surprise us. Never seen you scream like that. You scared the hell out of Rebecca.
I guess I owe you a lot for this, huh?
Nah, we're cool. You had us worried. But I know you'll tell us about it eventually. I just want to make sure you're doing well. You left all of a sudden and you're not answering any of our calls.
He's trying to get me to talk. Normally, I'll tell him I'm fine. Assurances, empty or otherwise, to put their minds at ease. Now nothing will form. I can't bring myself to say anything. He seems to have sensed my hesitation because he immediately stirs the subject to a different direction.
Yeah, anyway, I gotta go. I left something on the stove before making this call. Just soup. But it'd be embarrassing if I burned soup.
I doubt it. Ashton, on the other hand...
Well, remind me to tell you about what he did with the pressure cooker next time.
Oh.
Oh, damn, it overflowed!
God damn it!
Really need to get going. Bye, Bella.
He hangs up before I can thank him. The busy tone, though muffled, echoes through the receiver. No one is saying this will work. Even I am doubtful it will. But right now, I'll take anything. Anything to get out of this nightmare. Alright. Ah, that's the priest. Hey, he looks nice. Sleep comes easier tonight. And for the first time in a long time, I dream of clear skies, of an unrestrained laughter from children playing in the streets, and of small, cramped dwellings. To an outsider, the sight does not paint a pretty picture. However, this, to me, is home. Now, it's a Sunday, church day. Morning dawns bright and clear the following day. Although the air still feels muggy, and I miss the chilly autumn weather, it's one of those rare weekends when I'm up even before my alarm rings. If it isn't for Zach's call last night, I'll probably sleep in. When 9 a.m. rolls around, I'm already on my way to Amagar Mansion. To think I have to go back again, I'll be lying if I say I'm excited at the prospect of entering the house, or entering the place once more. I don't have to anymore. Rose happily gave me paperwork duty when I volunteered. We're on the last phase of the sale too. Well, almost. Papers to sign, documents to finalize, various other ligaments to settle with the current owner, and all that still. Never mind that its new owners want everything done within the week when the process typically takes more than that. They want it done? We'll get it done. I really don't understand rich people. But money can do wonders. I won't be surprised if they'll be able to push the process just a little more, like what they did to secure the house. The point is, I'm under no obligation to return to the house anymore. Running is an option, of course. I can now move on to another property and forget everything. However, at the end of the day, it's always my conscience that wins. What if something happens to those who have seen the letter? Ash, Zack, Becca, Miss McGonagall, the Wrights. The guilt will follow me to my grave. The mansion looms as we approach. Whispers welcome me back. Shadows calling. I hope this is the last time. They are engaged in a quiet conversation when I find them in the mansion's front gardens. There is relief in familiar company, and knowing I won't be alone going back inside for my silly idea. But it's impossible to feel at ease here, even with the delicately pruned gardens awaiting spring's arrival, or the beautiful winding pathways. Like the very place itself is aware of its trespassers. Zack, on the other hand, doesn't seem to notice. Or he simply doesn't care, or he's already used to it. I need to scratch my head. I can never tell with him, with all his gentle smiles and amiable air. He's almost as hard to read as Ash. Almost. At least Zack doesn't ask for as much patience as dealing with Ash does, and that says plenty about him. Wonders of wonders how the two ended up the best of friends. He waves at me as I approach. True to his promise, Zack has also brought his friend with him.
Father Norman. Somehow I expected him to look older.
Oh, don't be surprised. They say people who have found their calling are getting younger these days.
Sorry, Father. I didn't mean to say that out loud.
No offense taken. Though I admit I'm a bit surprised. I didn't think someone would ask this house to be blessed after all these years.
You've heard of it, Father?
In passing. The occasional rumors and talk by the locals, nothing new, but still interesting to the curious. You don't spend years serving the church here without hearing a random hearsay here and there.
You never mentioned what you thought of those, Father.
Ah, but he who goes down to the grave does not come up. He shall never return to his house, nor shall his place know him any more.
But what I saw...
May not be what you think it is. It depends entirely on what you mean by it. If you're talking about spirit beings, angels, demons, then yes. Are we talking about the spirits of people who have departed? The word makes it clear that once the deceased has left us, they are gone. But of course, I didn't come here to bore you with a lecture.
Now, let's get this business done, thank you.
No, it was enlightening, Father, to say the least. Thank you.
Just remember that a God who loves his children would never let them linger once the time comes.
That's what my papa often tells me.
Your father must be a good man. He raised you well, no doubt. Well then, shall we?
Yeah, let's get the... I have to go to work soon, so let's get on.
Regardless of what it is, I'm sure the mansion's new owners would appreciate such sincere intentions. From a stranger, no less.
He lets Zack and I walk ahead. A relief. This way he won't see how tightly I'm clutching the straps of my bag. Father Norman's probably trying to put me at ease. But the worry, the cold, restless, forbidding feeling, has firmly lodged itself in my stomach, making its presence known with every step towards the house.
Hey, you okay?
No. Zack lightly nudges my side, careful, mindful in his motions, no doubt to avoid startling me. Yep, all the way. It's hard not to lie to Zach when he gives you that look. It's just there. The kind that implores, a silent appeal. I'm not sure if he's doing it consciously. Another breeze blows, and I try not to shiver. Try not to listen to the voices that may or may not be there.
Ugh, this place really gives me the creeps.
It doesn't seem more than an ordinary house to me, though. Damn, I should have brought my camera with me. I saw a few areas that'd be good for a shoot. You think the new owners will allow it?
Yeah.
Shh! What if you catch something? Or someone in one of the pictures?
It just means they want to be seen, doesn't it?
Ha!
Don't ask for it!
It's not like we can stop them if they do.
You're really not helping, Zach.
Alright, sorry. Don't worry. I don't think whatever's inside this house will do anything.
If you have seen what I seen, God.
I'm here, yeah? I'll take care of them. Or I think I can.
You're not that scary, but thanks. I'll be sure to run behind you if I see one.
Ridiculous talk, though the temporary reprieve it lends is more welcome. He offers me a smile in return, the least he can do. And, with a slight motion of his head, he gestures for us to move ahead, while my own fears are left forgotten for the time being. The things inside my bag clatter softly against each other, while I rustle for the keys to the mansion. I should have heard the telltale jiggle by now, but didn't I put it in my bag last night? Seconds later, I'm sitting on my heels, and one after another, I'm taking everything out from every pocket, every slip. It'll be a pain to put everything back later, but I'm sure it's just underneath these... nothing. Oh man, of all the times to forget.
Is something the matter?
No, I'm sorry, Father. I think I left the key.
No use coming up with excuses. Right after they both taken the time to go this far away from the city. With a heavy sigh, I grab the door handle to pull myself up, a string of apologies ready at the tip of my tongue.
Careful, Bella!
What?
We've spoken with the current owners. Well, technically, you're not yet the owners, but...
There's a brief moment of confusion, and then I'm falling. The momentum of the door swinging open pulls me back first into the mansion's foyer before I can make sense of what's happening.
Ow, 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 my back.
What the? Isabella?
Oh! Hi! No time to nurse my bruised back or make up excuses, because the next thing I know, Zach's gently pulling me upright by my arm. Okay, well, that's it for now. We'll just leave this lovely site here. I gotta head to work, so anyway, that's it, and have a good day.